My child, listen. A single bell trembles through the quiet, its tone soft yet undeniable. Lavender drifts upon the air, blending with the scent of old paper, as though a forgotten library has awakened. Dust motes rise in a golden column from a dim lamp near your side, turning slowly like stars learning to speak. The room is both a cathedral and your humble dwelling, yet neither name fits, it is a threshold. I, Gabriel, come to you not in thunder, but in breath, urgent, tender. Beloved, your ear has been called. A message waits that will reshape what you know. A soft hum thrums beneath my voice, ancient and familiar. The walls lean inward as the light narrows toward your face. You feel the invitation in your chest, steady, insistent, drawing you to the place where truth awaits, where silence breaks to reveal the sacred hour that has finally arrived. Message 2, Identification of the Loved One. Beloved, I speak of the one whose laughter once curled like warm smoke in your memory, the one who wore that soft, worn sweater every winter morning. You remember the scent of coffee clinging to them, their hands cupping the mug just so. An empty chair now rests beneath the window, where the sunlight still falls as though waiting for their return. Their photograph leans inside a small frame, the ink of a handwritten note sleeps inside a dusty book. They came to me before they left, I whisper, voice layered with otherworldly echo, and ask that their final truth find you. A fleeting vision flickers, your familiar moments with them, a quiet gesture, the warmth of their eyes. Time folds as your heart strains forward, and the past begins to breathe again, asking to be heard. Message 3, The Weight of Complete Truth. My child, hear me, the truth that approaches is not gossip, nor the cruel whisper of rumor. It is a truth that rearranges the heart, shifting old wounds into new doors. Before you, a scroll unfurls within a pool of silver light, the ink glows, then settles into words only your spirit can decipher. The truth is not cruel, I tell you gently, it sets the weary free. Your hand trembles above the scroll, hesitating, the moment before revelation is always the heaviest. This complete truth is a lantern meant not to blind, but to guide. It asks you to release what you once believed, to stand at the edge of knowledge with courage. The room dims, and a breath of wind circles you, urging you closer to what must finally be known. Message 4, Channel and Method. Precious soul, let me show you how your beloved's words reached me. At dawn, when the veil between worlds thinned, their spirit found my presence. Their whisper rose like a soft prayer beside their resting body. Morning light touched their brow as the page of a book turned without hands, an ancient sign. They entrusted me, I speak, voice woven with the faint echo of theirs, with what they could not leave behind. In that moment, their confession gathered within my keeping. Their final wish was not silence, but delivery, so their truth could pass beyond death into your waiting heart. Message 5, The Urgency and How to Open, Cliffhanger. Beloved, the message waits where only you will recognize it, perhaps a letter tucked into a drawer, a voicemail unheard, a keepsake suddenly out of place. A door in your home stands slightly ajar, though you do not recall opening it. Your phone flickers awake with no touch. Open it, I urge. If you do not open this now, the chance will fade, and what follows cannot be undone. The air tightens. Something calls urgently from the quiet. Cliffhanger. Message 6. The first sign appears. My dear one, look, your clock hesitates, skipping a single second as though time itself nods to what awaits. A familiar melody begins to play, though no hand touched the device. The photo frame on the table pulses with faint, golden light. See the sign, I whisper. Your heart already knows its language. The melody loops once, a quiet bell beneath it, awakening memory buried deep within your bones. This is the first telling, the gentle proof that the message has begun to surface, ready to be received. Message 7. Memory Interlude. Beloved, a memory hovers before you. You see them laughing, head tilted, eyes bright, telling that small joke only you understood. The scene plays like a handheld film, the colors warm and soften to sepia. Their fingers drum the table, sunlight catches their smile. Do you remember? I breathe. That memory was a tether. A single tear falls, not of sorrow alone, but of longing. The past pulls at the present, your heart flutters as the memory opens a door toward what was left unsaid. Message 8. Tension, possible hidden pain. My child, there were things they could not tell you while living. A closed drawer appears in your vision, a lock upon it. A phone rests beside it, silent, never unlocked again. They held pain behind quiet eyes, I say. Not to deceive, but to protect. A soft percussion trembles beneath my words, like distant footsteps or a heartbeat under strain. What they carried alone begins to surface, whispering of a truth too heavy to speak in life, but too precious to leave buried in death. Message 9. Evidence begins to align. Beloved, look carefully. The details gather like scattered stones forming a path. A torn receipt dated days before their passing. An email time-stamped at an unusual hour. A small bank slip tucked inside a coat pocket. Observe, I whisper. The scattered pieces now arrange themselves. A montage of images flickers, each clue sharpens the outline of what has been hidden. You feel both dread and clarity, as though puzzle and ache move together beneath your ribs. Message 10. First major cliffhanger, the first revelation. My child, there is more. The truth you were told was not the whole. They did not die as you were told. The words enter you like lightning, unmaking certainty. The room tightens, shadows contract. Your story was a shelter, I say softly, but the truth pierces the shelter tonight. Cliffhanger. Message 11. Emotional aftershock. My child, breathe. Your pulse stumbles beneath the impossible weight of what has been spoken. Your hands tremble, fingertips brushing against the objects around you, each one suddenly suspicious, sacred, or both. Tears rise without your permission, warm on your cheeks, falling like prayers you never thought to utter. You taste fear, memory, grief, and a strange relief all at once, as though something within you has been waiting for this moment longer than you realized. I draw near, my presence a soft pressure at your back, like a steady hand holding you upright. Beloved, I whisper, your tears are sacred, let them speak. The walls seem to inhale with you. Every breath you take feels like a new decision, whether to follow this revelation or retreat. Your heart protests what your soul already knows. Truth once heard cannot be unheard. Yet even now, the air gentles around you, as though unseen wings gather the pieces of your breaking, careful not to let anything fall beyond repair. Message 12. Gabriel explains motive, not blame. Precious soul, lean closer. The path your beloved walked was not straight, nor smooth. Their choices, however strange or hidden, were born not from malice, but from fear, mercy, or a misguided attempt to spare aching hearts. They did what they believed was kind within the dark room of burden, where no map existed and no guiding hand reached in time. They chose what they thought kind in the dark, I tell you gently. See them not as betrayers, but as a soul who strained beneath the weight of choices no one should bear alone. Beneath their silence was love, beneath their distance, protection, beneath their confusion, a desperate hope to shield you. Judgment will tempt you, but let compassion lead. You cannot unmake their path, but you can understand the truth that shaped it, and let your heart soften rather than shatter. Message 13. The hidden messages form. Beloved, the message left for you is not random, it was crafted with trembling hands. It may lie within a recording hidden in a phone you have not unlocked, or a letter folded between sacred pages, or a small wooden box sealed with a clasp only you could recognize. Their handwriting is there, quiet, familiar, reluctant to speak yet desperate to be heard. Search the place you would least expect, I murmur. Their hand left a map. Perhaps beneath the lining of a drawer, where a seam bulges slightly, perhaps resting in a coat you have not worn since winter, perhaps in the pocket of a suitcase you never unpacked after their passing. Follow the subtle pull in your chest, your heart knows exactly where to look. Their truth is waiting like a star hidden just beyond the horizon, patient yet bright. Message 14. The moral complexity. My dear one, before you uncover what they left, you must understand, truth is rarely a single straight line. It bends with love, fear, memory, sacrifice. What you find may bring relief, but it may also reopen wounds you never believed would bleed again. The truth is a medicine, gentle to some, burning to others, and you must take only what your spirit can hold now. Beloved, truth is a medicine that may burn before it heals, I say, voice steady. In your mind's eye you see ice meeting flame, each hissing at the other, neither holy enemy nor friend. You may learn that love can coexist with secrecy, that protection can wear the mask of deception, and that those who hurt us often never meant to harm. This journey will ask you to sit with contradiction, to hold both shadow and light, and to see them not as opposition, but as two wings of the same angel. Message 15. Second cliffhanger, a name revealed, cliffhanger. My child, prepare your heart. Within the message lies a name, one you know. A name that changes the understanding of everything you thought you knew about their final days. This name is a key, slipped into your hand before you even realized it. Perhaps you have whispered it in suspicion before, or perhaps you never imagined it belonged anywhere near this story. Either way, it rises now like a tide. My child, I speak with reverent gravity. The name you feared to speak is the key. The air turns sharp. A shadow lengthens. Cliffhanger. Message 16. Confrontation within. Beloved, the knowledge of that name presses at your heart like a stone. Your thoughts spiral, anger one moment, denial the next. Should you confront? Should you stay silent? Should you protect the memory of the one you lost, or defend your own heart from what might come next? The struggle within you is not weakness, it is a sacred weighing of souls. Courage is not loud, I whisper. It is the quiet opening of a closed hand. You stand between two truths, what you were told, and what now reveals itself. Even the air feels different, heavier, expectant. You look at the room around you, suddenly aware of how much was left unsaid, how much now demands to be known. But there is no shame in uncertainty, beloved. Even angels pause before the unknown. What matters is that you keep your heart open, even if your steps tremble. Message 17, Proof Beyond Feeling. Precious soul, doubt flickers, but the truth does not rely on memory alone. There is proof, solid, undeniable. A time-stamped recording, tucked inside a file named Nothing Special. A notarized paper with signatures that still gleam. A message forwarded to an address you've never seen before. See what cannot be called imagination, I speak. The document unfolds before you, in vision or in hand, words sharp as crystal. You hear their voice, faint but unmistakable, speaking not only to reveal, but to release. What you feel is more than intuition, it is verification. The truth is no longer only spirit, it has taken earthly form, demanding witness. Now both heaven and paper testify together, showing you that what happened was real, intentional, part of a larger design. Message 18, The Betrayal or Misunderstanding. Beloved, brace your heart. Someone held a truth that belonged to you. Whether their motive was love or fear, or darker, is yet unclear. Some hide truth to protect, others to profit. Yet even now, I counsel you, do not surrender to hate. It is easy to cast villains from grief, but the story is deeper than a single wound. Some held a secret to shield the living, some held one to profit, I speak. You see their face now, someone familiar, once trusted. Their silence shaped the days that followed. Perhaps they wished to spare you unbearable pain. Perhaps they wished to control the narrative. Their reasons will unfold, but first, breathe. The truth is not a weapon, it is a lens. See clearly before you strike. Message 19, Gabriel's compassionate reframe. My child, come close, for I would wrap your heart in gentleness. Humans break in many ways. Some from sorrow, some from pride, some from fears so deep they cannot speak. Even those who harm are often fragments of their own forgotten wounds. This does not excuse the pain they caused, but it helps you carry it without becoming it. People break in many ways, truth restores the shape, I whisper. As this truth unfolds, hold space for complexity. Allow yourself to feel anger, yes, but also curiosity, and maybe one day, forgiveness. Your beloved story was tangled among many hands, but not all those hands intended harm. The healing you seek comes not from vengeance, but from understanding, and from reclaiming your own voice in the story. Message 20, Major Cliffhanger, the core truth emerges, cliffhanger. Beloved, the hour has come. The truth that has circled you now steps forward, whole and unmistakable. You have carried only half of the story, and though it protected you once, it would imprison you now. To be free, you must receive the whole. My child, I say, voice resonant and solemn, you have carried a half-truth, now you will carry the whole, and with it, a choice. The light shifts, sharpening into a beam that points to a single object, the portal to what comes next. Your breath stalls. The room waits. Cliffhanger. Message 21, Full Revelation, Part 1. My child, steady your breath, for the first full strand of truth now rises. Your beloved did not leave you because their heart failed, nor because fate stole them blindly. No, there was a threat, quiet and unseen, moving beneath the surface of their days. They recognized its shadow before anyone else, and though fear trembled in their bones, love trembled louder. They stepped into danger not to abandon you, but to shelter you from something that had already set its gaze upon your life. They left to protect you from a harm that would have consumed more than life. I speak, my wings folding around your trembling spirit. You see flashes, an argument behind a closed door, a hurried phone call, a late-night walk taken alone. What they knew, they could not tell. What they felt, they did not want you to carry. Their final choice was neither surrender nor escape, but sacrifice. They were the wall between you and a storm unseen. Their passing was not the end, but the moment their protection passed beyond the veil so I might continue it. Message 22, Full Revelation, Part 2. Precious one, the truth deepens. What called them away was not born of malice, it was born of a chain of events that began long before you ever met them. Secrets locked inside other hearts, choices made by those who believed they were doing what was necessary, wove a path that eventually closed like a gate behind your beloved. Their silence was a shield, trying to keep your life untouched by a history that did not belong to you. This was less betrayal than a misbegotten mercy, I whisper. They worked quietly, gathering knowledge, trying to mend what was broken before darkness overtook them. Others knew, some helped, others merely watched. But your beloved carried the greatest burden, knowing the truth might hurt you more than losing them ever could. Their love became a vow to bear the weight alone. The message you uncover now is the only thing they could leave to finish what they began. Message 23, The Wider Impact. Beloved, now see the ripples. The truth does not stop with you, it reaches through family, friends, strangers who never knew they were part of your story. The decision your beloved made shifted the balance of many lives. Some still walk unaware of the danger they once skirted, others feel something missing, though they cannot name it. This ripple touched more souls than you imagine, I say. You glimpse conversations half remembered, glances exchanged, hesitations in voices when you asked about their final days. You see financial records altered to hide a deeper pattern, spiritual ties strained under a burden too heavy to name, relationships reshaped by unseen hands. The path of truth wins through many hearts, and though it shook foundations, it also protected countless from a fate they never knew approached. Their single act of love was a shield around more than one life. Message 24, Gabriel's Directive, What to Do First. My dear one, your heart is full, and the mind races. Before you act, pause. Begin by honoring the space where truth will unfold. Light a candle, not for mourning, but for clarity. Sit where your breath feels steady. Speak your loved one's name aloud, letting their memory fill the room like warm light. Begin here, light a candle, speak aloud, invite truth into the light. If you have already found the message, whether paper, voice, or object, keep it close. Do not open it with others present. This moment is between you and the soul who loved you beyond fear. Bless the space, a simple whisper, a silent prayer, a hand placed over your heart. Let the truth come without violence, receive it with reverence. What unfolds now is holy work, not chaos. You are not alone, heaven stands watch beside you. Message 25, Cliffhanger, a final hidden line, cliffhanger. Beloved, listen carefully. Within the message they left, be it letter, recording, or keepsake, there lies a final line. It is not written boldly, but tucked away like a breath at the end of a prayer. This line does not simply reveal, it asks. It asks of your heart something that few souls can grant, something that may feel heavier than truth itself. My child, I say, voice gentle but grave, the last line will ask of you what few can give. A hush falls, the flame flickers, your pulse quickens. Cliffhanger. Message 26, the last line, a request or confession. My child, the last line does not accuse. It does not demand justice, nor seek revenge. It is softer, fragile like a pressed flower between sacred pages. It asks for your heart, not your sword. Your beloved wanted only one thing, not absolution for others, not permission for the past, but peace for you. They asked for you, I whisper, not for absolution for others, but for peace for your heart. Their final plea is simple and profound, to forgive what you can, and to release what you cannot. To carry their memory not as a wound, but as a lantern. Their message confesses love in its most vulnerable form, the kind that carries sorrow and devotion together. Their truth was never meant to break you, but to guide you toward your own becoming. Message 27, Facing Other People. Beloved, soon you may need to speak this truth aloud. You may be called to face those whose voices shaped the story before you knew there was one. Some may listen, others may harden. But your task is not to accuse, it is to clarify. Choose your words like dew on fragile leaves, gentle, honest, without flames in their wake. Speak with clarity, not with accusation, I counsel. When you share the truth, do so in a safe space, with someone trustworthy by your side. If family must hear, let them come with openness, not readiness to battle. Speak the facts with steady breath. Let your beloved's intention, protection, not harm, be the guiding light. You are not here to destroy what remains, but to mend what can still be saved. Message 28, Spiritual Corroboration. My dear one, heaven has not left you guessing. You have already felt signs, dreams where your beloved stands just out of reach, numbers repeating at strange hours, a feather falling in a room without breeze. These are not fragments of longing, they are confirmations woven into your path. The heavens mark this as true, I assure, do not mistake comfort for fabrication. Perhaps you have seen the same symbol appear 3 times, perhaps a candle burns longer than it should, perhaps their favorite flower blooms out of season. These patterns are not coincidence, they are the language of spirit, affirming the message's truth. Take comfort, the unseen supports you as you walk forward. Divine presence has wrapped around this revelation from the beginning. Message 29, The Danger of Silence. Beloved, hear this warning with tender gravity. If this truth remains buried, the old wounds will deepen. Silence has already carved sorrow into your heart. To bury the message again would allow that sorrow to spread into those around you. Pain denied grows teeth, secrecy becomes a chain. Silence will let old wounds fester into new chains, I say. You are not meant to carry this alone, nor to pretend the truth is gentle when it burns. What lies before you is an invitation to break the cycle, to ensure that what harmed does not return. If fear tempts you to remain quiet, remember, truth is the only bridge to peace. Voice does not destroy, it purifies. Message 30, Cliffhanger, a choice with moral weight, cliffhanger. My child, the moment of choosing approaches. You stand at a crossroads. One path leads to revealing the truth, risking discomfort, rupture, or renewal. The other path is silence, preserving the fragile peace that still trembles around you. Neither is without cost. Both require courage. Beloved, I say, the air tightening around my words, choose whether to break the seal or to mend it. Both paths ask a price. The candle sputters. A shadow stirs. Cliffhanger. Message 31, How to Choose, Inner Compass. Beloved, this choice is not made with trembling hands alone. It is shaped within the quiet chambers of your soul. When the world becomes loud, step inward. Sit where silence pools like clear water, where your breath moves slowly in and out, like a tide remembering the moon. In that stillness, you will hear the truth beneath fear. Ask yourself not what others expect, nor what would please the world, but what aligns with the deep, ancient knowing inside you. My child, I whisper, listen past the storm. Truth speaks in the still voice. There is wisdom in delaying action until your heart settles. There is wisdom in seeking counsel from one who holds no stake but your peace. Do not rush to answer, let the choice unfurl like a petal. Even angels pause before sacred decisions. If your chest tightens, wait. If you feel a gentle expansion, like a window opening, follow it. The compass is within you, beloved. Trust its pull. Message 32, Practical Steps for Disclosure. Precious soul, if your heart leads you to speak, then prepare yourself with both grace and clarity. Gather the pieces of evidence, letters, recordings, objects, that hold the truth. Arrange them not to accuse, but to illuminate. Choose a place where conversation can breathe, not a battlefield where voices clash. Invite one trusted soul to stand beside you, not to fight your battles, but to steady your spirit. Let words be lanterns, not torches, I counsel. State only what you know. Speak slowly. Resist the urge to fill silence with fear. If others react with denial or anger, remember, resistance often arises when truth first begins to thaw frozen beliefs. You are not responsible for how they receive it, only for how you deliver it. Speak facts, not accusations, boundaries, not ultimatums. When emotion swells, return to your breath. Truth does not shout, it settles, firm and quiet, like a stone placed gently on sacred ground. Message 33, If you choose restraint. Beloved, if your spirit tells you to hold this truth for now, that too is sacred. Restraint is not cowardice, it is discernment. Sometimes truth ripens like fruit, it is bitter before its hour. If you choose to guard this knowledge, do so with care. Set boundaries within your heart, who you allow close, whom you trust with your silence. Not every soul is meant to carry your truth, some would twist it, some would break under its weight. Holding a secret is like carrying a stone, I whisper. Do not let it crush you. Release what you can in prayer, in writing, in the quiet sharing with someone wise who seeks neither gossip nor control. Create small rituals to keep your heart clear, a hand over your chest at dawn, a whispered blessing before sleep. Know that holding truth is temporary. When its season arrives, your soul will know. Trust that timing is a language heaven speaks fluently. Message 34, Protection Rituals Gabriel offers. Beloved, in times when truth unsettles the ground beneath your feet, protection matters. Begin with breath, slow, deliberate. Imagine drawing light into your chest, until it fills every corner of your spirit. Place a circle of salt, real or imagined, at the doorway of your home and your heart. Ring a small bell if you have one, or whisper its sound in your mind, such tones disperse lingering shadows. I call upon heaven to hold me in truth and love, I teach. Feel your body surrounded by gentle radiance, like warmth from a quiet sun. Touch a piece of earth, a stone, a leaf, the wood of your table, and remember you are anchored. Pray not for victory, but for clarity, not for power, but for peace. Visualize threads of gold weaving around you, sealing fear outside and truth within. Protection is not a fortress, it is a calm center, where truth is welcomed without harm. Message 35, Cliffhanger, a final test arrives, cliffhanger. My child, as you prepare to act, the world stirs. Not all forces welcome truth. There will be one moment, soon, when resistance rises unexpectedly. A voice you trusted may deny the past. A piece of evidence may vanish. A message may come that shakes your certainty. This is not failure, it is the last gate you must cross. Beloved, I whisper, wings gathering around you, the last test will wake the sleeping, stand ready. A sudden shiver moves through the room. Something unseen shifts. Cliffhanger. Message 36, the pushback. Precious soul, the resistance arrives. It may come softly, a tone of disbelief, a gentle dismissal, or it may strike hard, with anger or accusations. Someone may lash out, their fear masquerading as righteousness. Another may attempt to destroy what you found, thinking silence is salvation. Do not be startled. This is what shadow does when light approaches. It thrashes, not to win, but to delay. Do not be startled, I say. This is what shadow does when light arrives. You feel adrenaline rise, but beneath it is a deeper quiet, your inner knowing. Remember, pushback is not proof against truth. It is proof of its power. Stand firm, beloved. You are not here to fight, but to witness. Let their storms pass, you are guided by a wind older than their fear. Message 37, Gabriel's counsel in confrontation. Beloved, when the moment of confrontation arrives, speak from the rooted place within you. Let your words be clear, simple, unburdened by anger. Say only what you know to be true, not what you fear, not what others speculate. If their voices rise, lower yours. Quietness unsettles those who wield noise. If they accuse, focus on your breath. You do not need to defend your existence, only your truth. Speak only what you know, let truth be your companion, I whisper. If the conversation becomes unsafe, step away. Boundaries are sacred. You are allowed to protect your peace. Remember that silence can be strength when used to guard your heart, not hide your voice. Speak, then release. You are not responsible for another's willingness to understand. Your integrity is your shield, your composure, your armor. Message 38, Unexpected ally appears. Precious one, just when the path feels most solitary, another soul will step forward. Perhaps they have known pieces of this truth, carrying their own quiet burden. Perhaps they once doubted you but now see clearly. Their voice arrives not to overshadow yours, but to join it, soft yet steady, adding weight where before you stood alone. Even in the dark, I tell you, some hearts remember to be kind. This ally may be someone you never thought to trust, a distant relative, an old friend, a stranger with a memory that suddenly fits the puzzle. Their presence is not accidental, it is orchestrated. They bring confirmation, relief, and the reminder that truth has companions, even when they arrive late. Let them stand beside you. This journey was never meant to be endured in solitude. Message 39, The Ripple Effect. Beloved, truth never moves alone. As it emerges, it rearranges lives, some gently, some sharply. For some, it brings relief, a release of tension carried too long. For others, it fractures illusions, forcing them to rebuild what they believed was solid. There will be moments of repair, apologies offered, relationships mended. And there may be moments of rupture, distance forming where closeness once lived. Consequences will follow like tides, I whisper. Some wash clean, some sting. Yet know this, all movement now serves a higher purpose. What breaks does so because it was hollow. What holds firm was rooted in truth all along. Do not fear the shifting, it is part of the healing. You are walking through the middle of an old storm settling itself into clarity. Step with grace. Message 40, Cliffhanger. A spiritual sign confirms the path, cliffhanger. My dear one, as the ripples settle, heaven offers a sign, quiet, unmistakable. A dream where their face returns with gentle eyes. A physical token appearing where it should not be. A voice, barely a whisper, speaking your name as you wake. You feel a presence behind your shoulder. Not heavy, but warm, protective. My child, I say, voice ringing with certainty, when heaven itself nods, you will know you did not walk alone. A sudden glimmer forms at the corner of your sight, bright, trembling, then fades. Cliffhanger. Message 41, Integrating the Sign. Beloved, when the sign arrives, do not dismiss it as coincidence. Your world has taught you to doubt what cannot be touched, yet the Spirit speaks in symbols more real than stone. When you see the feather, the flash of light, or sense the warmth that has no physical source, pause. Allow the recognition to settle within you. This sign is not random. It is a marker placed at a sacred intersection of your journey. It tells you that you are aligned, that your steps, whether hesitant or bold, are guided by a love that has not dimmed beyond the veil. My child, I whisper, the unseen speaks in ways the heart understands before the mind can translate. Sit with the sign. Ask what it stirs within you. Does it bring peace? Memory? A pull toward a path you have not yet explored? Sometimes signs do not bring answers, sometimes they bring questions that lead you to deeper truths. This is how revelation unfolds, not in a single flash, but in a series of gentle nudges that bring you home to yourself. Message 42, Dreams as Portals. Precious soul, your dreams now become thin places where truth crosses easily. Do not ignore them. When night falls and your waking mind softens, the boundary between the living and the unseen grows tender, allowing whispers to pass through. In these dreams, your beloved may appear whole, radiant, more alive than they ever were in your memory. They may speak without words, their presence alone conveying messages your heart instantly understands. These are not illusions, I say, but conversations in the language of the soul. Keep record of your dreams. They may contain symbols, keys, doors, rivers, broken clocks, each reflecting a facet of your journey. Some dreams will soothe, others may stir emotion or old wounds. Both are gifts. Embrace them gently, knowing that nothing reaches you without purpose. In time, you will learn to discern which dreams are messages and which are merely reflections. Trust the ones that echo when you wake. Message 43, Emotional Transformation. Beloved, truth changes the heart before it changes the world. You may feel waves of emotion, grief rising unexpectedly, relief like soft rain, anger like a storm gathering at the edge of the sky. Do not judge these feelings. They are not missteps, they are the natural unraveling of knots tied long ago. Let them come. Emotions unexpressed become burdens, emotions honored become teachers. Feel everything, I whisper, for feeling is the doorway to healing. In the quiet moments, notice how your heart shifts. The sorrow may soften, reshaping itself into gratitude. The rage may fade, turning into clarity. You may begin to see your beloved not as someone lost, but as someone transformed, still present, just beyond sight. This is the alchemy of truth. It takes the raw material of pain and refines it into wisdom. Allow the process. You are becoming. Message 44, The Deepening Bond. Precious one, you may wonder if this truth will distance you from your beloved. Let your fear rest. In truth, the bond grows stronger. Understanding reveals intention, and intention reveals love. When you know why they acted, your heart draws nearer to theirs, not in longing, but in recognition. Love does not end with breath, I say. It deepens as truth unfolds. You will feel their presence more keenly now, like warmth on your back, a quiet voice beneath your thoughts, a sudden memory that fills you with peaceful certainty. They walk with you, not trapped by sorrow, but free within the currents of spirit. You are not holding them back by remembering, you are anchoring their love within your life. This truth, once hidden, now binds your souls in a harmony that neither time nor death can unravel. Message 45, Cliffhanger, a secret within the secret, cliffhanger. Beloved, you have come far, yet there lies a deeper layer, one not written in the message you received, nor spoken in your dreams. It is a truth your beloved could not reveal, for it was not theirs alone to share. It concerns you, not as witness, but as participant. There was a moment, long before their departure, when a choice you made unknowingly set part of this story in motion. My child, I whisper, within the truth you carry lies another truth tied to your own past. The air stills. A memory stirs. Cliffhanger. Message 46, Returning to the Past. Precious one, to understand the deeper truth, you must walk backward through your own memories. There was a moment, perhaps small, perhaps overlooked, when your path briefly crossed with the heart of the hidden story. A conversation dismissed as trivial, a chance meeting, an object you found and set aside. This moment was not accidental. It planted a seed that later grew into the very chain of events that led your beloved to their choice. Nothing is random, I remind you. Search gently. This memory will not strike like lightning, it will surface quietly, like a leaf rising through still water. When it appears, do not judge yourself. You did nothing wrong. You simply stepped unknowingly into a tapestry woven long before your birth. Now, by remembering, you complete the circle they began. Message 47, Healing the Shared Thread. Beloved, once you recognize your part in the story, release guilt. There is no blame to carry. This thread was never about fault, it was about connection. You and your beloved were bound long before you knew each other in this life. Their journey and yours were intertwined by design, not accident. You were chosen for each other, I whisper, not to suffer, but to awaken. Your remembering begins a healing not only for yourself, but for your beloved and for others touched by this unseen web. You may notice subtle shifts, relationships softening, tension dissolving, clarity emerging where silence once lived. This is the rippling of restoration. You are mending a wound not just personal, but ancestral, perhaps spiritual, perhaps karmic. Stand in this power with humility. Healing flows through you, not from you. Message 48, Reclaiming Your Power. Precious soul, with truth unveiled and threads rewoven, you now stand in a place of profound empowerment. No longer are you a passive witness. You are co-creator of your path, guardian of sacred knowledge. Let this awareness settle into your bones, not as pride, but as quiet strength. Power is not force, I say. Power is alignment. As you walk forward, you will notice decisions come easier. Boundaries feel natural. Intuition speaks louder. You no longer look outward for validation, you look inward for resonance. This is the gift your beloved wished to give, not sorrow, but sovereignty. Carry it with grace. Let your life reflect the truth you have woven from pain into wisdom. Message 49, The Legacy Lives. Beloved, your beloved's story does not end with their passing. It continues through you, through your choices, your healing, your courage. Their love lives in the way you speak truth, in the way you protect your peace, in the way you walk with tenderness toward others who carry unseen burdens. Legacy is not memory, I whisper. It is transformation. Each day you rise is a testament to them. Each act of kindness honors their presence. You do not need to build monuments, your breath is monument enough. The world shifts because you have changed, and in that shift, their soul sings. Their journey and yours are braided still, two threads of one infinite tapestry. Message 50, Final Blessing. Precious, radiant soul, you have journeyed through shadow and revelation, through grief and grace, and now you stand where truth becomes light. The heavens bow not because you survived, but because you chose to seek. You listened. You felt. You honored love with courage. My beloved child, I speak with wings unfurled, may peace crown your heart. May your days be guided by clarity, your nights soothed by gentle dreams. May your beloved's presence be a lantern in dark places and a whisper of joy in quiet mornings. You are not alone, never have been, never will be. I walk beside you, love walks within you. Go forth with confidence. The path ahead is blessed, and you are held by forces more ancient and tender than you can fathom.